Hi, I'm Sandy Walden of Serenity, your master grief coach. Sometimes I'll hear from people, I keep doing this and things aren't shifting. So there's a wonderful saying that says something like, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. My suggestion is let's shift something. Let's change something. When we want to feel better, it can often begin with changing something in our environment. It certainly begins with is a big piece to change our language and our thoughts. It can also be the physical. Let me tell you something really very interesting. Years ago, when my office was in New Berlin, Wisconsin, I used to hold several weekly mastermind groups. More on that later because I think we're going to start again. These groups were small. They were limited to about 4 or 5 people, and I'd have the chairs arranged in the office. What would happen is week after week, I would start seeing patterns emerge. Perhaps he would speak first. Maybe she would speak last. This one might be louder. This one might be softer. And one day I decided to do something a little bit different. I sat in a different chair. And when people came in, you could see that they were all just slightly unsettled. Something changed. As they began to sit down, I would ask them to sit in a chair that was not normally the one they sat in, and perhaps have someone different to your right than normally is. It was really quite interesting because the energy changed. The way people interacted shifted. It was such an interesting change, but it's something I did quite frequently from then on. We did not sit in the same place. The same music was not what played in the background. It brought new opportunity to every gathering. So I'm asking you to consider doing some of these things in your own life. When you're thinking about the person that you're missing, the one you're grieving, what would it be like to sit in a different chair? Maybe change your place at the kitchen table. Sit on the other end of the couch and just notice how you feel. I'm not asking you to say it's better or worse, but I'm willing to bet it'll be different. When we begin opening the door to change, often many other changes follow. There's another saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. And again, I know I'm paraphrasing these things, but what can we change if we'd like to feel better? Is it okay to entertain the possibility of change? It can be big, it can be small. The physical is a big piece of it. Am I wearing different clothes? Am I walking a different path? If you want to have a really interesting experiment with change, whatever hand dominant you are, brush your teeth with the other hand. I'm right-handed. When I brush my teeth with my left hand, it takes all of my focus, even if I'm using an electric toothbrush or battery-operated toothbrush. Change something small, change something large, and notice what else shifts in your world. I'm Sandy Walden with Serenity, your master grief coach. If you'd like to have a conversation about how I can support you, drop me a message. Let's talk. I'd love to do what I can to support you through grief into healing. For today, I wish you a day of gentle peace and healing. Small shifts bring in beautiful changes. Namaste.